Junction Season 1, sponsored by Oxys Project. Hi, hello, namaste, and a very warm welcome to another episode of DD Startup Junction Season 1 in association with Oxys Projects. I am ready to introduce two amazing startups to you, and with me is the fantastic panelists. Hi, are you guys ready? I will welcome our first presenter. Well, we've all heard about loans. I'm sure each of us would have thought about taking a loan, either a personal loan, a car loan, a house loan, and imagine the amount of efforts it goes. Like 1 week of documentation, so much of running around to the bank, to and fro. To resolve all of this, we have our startup, What's Loan, to present their idea. Please put your hands together to welcome our first presenters for today. Welcome, all the best. Go for your pitch.
You felt the pain. It's everybody's pain. We have been selling loan products last 30 years. I was in mortgages, she was in unsecured loans. And we used to think that, okay, India is achieving 4 days of TATs, turnaround times for a home loan, 2 days for a auto loan, and 2 days for a personal loan. But when you look at the customer perspective, not just from the bank's perspective, when we ask them, okay, there is something called a login of a file, accepted file. When we achieve that, and we're getting our promotions, we're achieving our targets. When we looked at the customer perspective, a home loan customer was spending 45 days to 60 days on preparing that file and making it acceptable. So was about 10-15 days for a personal loan and an auto loan. We looked at that problem as hey, we have put a lot of technology for our own benefit. Like after the file is logged in, we are applying all the processes and technology to achieve what was our KRA in our assessment. And we said, okay, who's handling this pain? A DSA is handling this pain. Auto dealer is handling this pain. A builder is handling this pain. What is that? That's a gap. That is an identity, not just an identity. Other has solved that identity. Sum total of your KYC, financial statement, employment, bank statement, bureau, all of that. They were not coming together in one place in an analyzed and a presentable format. We built that with a digital financial identity. That's our product. And this is built on a government infrastructure like DigiLocker, Aadhaar, UPI, a whole lot of things. And when we were trying this out, we attracted a lot of banks. And now we have become a B2B business. We said, okay, if you're doing a credit on a 10th day, can I do it in 10 minutes? If you're spending 1,000 rupees, can I spend just 100 rupees on a customer and make him acceptable in 10 minutes? That's what is our product, and we have been successfully running this for the last 1 year. We are 3-year-old, we have built the product, we have built the technology, and we are running it successfully. These are our running customers for the last 1 year. Our largest customer is Canara Bank, and we have taken housing loan, which is the most complex product among the consumer finance, and we have gone up to a farmers loan, KCC, Kisan Credit Card. There is a target of 10 crore by the government, and the Karnataka has got 45 lakhs to achieve. It takes about 2 weeks to identify a farmer. We can do that in 3 minutes today with the API with the Karnataka government and KYCs that is achieved through the digital access to the DigiLocker and even direct APIs.
Fantastic. Do you want to say your ask? What are you asking for?
Yeah, actually we are around 1 crore this March, and we would be looking at 12 to 24 crores of revenues next year, because these are all signed up contracts. We are very self-sufficient on operationally, but we want to extend this to the consumer. We want to launch a digital financial identity on a blockchain. The concept is ready, technology is ready. Maybe in the next 15 days, we should be able to run it on 100,000, at least 100,000 customers, and see whether we can do it further. Staying with a B2B is half thing done. Extending it to the customer, we call it as we build technology for the borrower, not for the lender, not for the provider.
Okay.
That's our launch last July with Canara Bank. We have picked up over 5,000 home loan customers of average ticket size of 60 lakhs. And running, we reduced the cost by 90%, and we reduced the time by, from 10 days, we brought it down to 10 minutes.
That's definitely fantastic. So I will go over to the jury members. Saravanan?
Wonderful. I mean, you seem to be solving the problem, and it the pitch had this nice little
Come here.
peppering, if you will, of blockchain, India stack and all. Honestly, as a consumer, can you please tell a typical consumer journey? We know the current, which is painful. Can you please tell how my journey will be if I follow your platform?
Can I do
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
See, as a banker, what we have seen is that normally what happens, like the way you said it, money, you've taken a loan somewhere and you've seen that you've taken an application and the set of document checklist that's given to you. You want to take a personal loan, you have an account with HDFC Bank, but ICICI Bank is giving you at a lesser interest rate, so you still are interested in that than going to a bank where you already have an account. So what you do for this? So they give you a checklist, they give you an application. You take about a week's time to collect all this application and give it to a bank, right? This is the process that we follow. But the one what we are doing with the Canara Bank is that it is phygital. Still, banks want to deal with the same thing. What happens is once you give an application form, there is an RCU team who's sitting in a bank and sampling these applications. In a large bank, there's a sample of 3 to 5% that they work on, and there's a lot of cost involved to it. When you take a Canara Bank as an example, the same thing, what we are doing it is come to a 1/4 of the cost. They were spending about 2,000 rupees, now we do it at 400 rupees. So what they do is that they still get the documents from the customer. They do not wait for the 10th day to tell the customer that, sir, this document is not valid, or or your bureau is not working. Here, see, what we do is that once the documents come in using our platform, they're going to validate the documents. We are tied up with the RTOs, your
Whole lot of government APIs which are openly available today. Now, government talks about it, nobody has done anything building on that. We call it the government digital infrastructure, which is available. We have actually our product plays on the DigiLocker, Government of India. Our video is playing on that. They've supported us, saying that, hey, you guys are building something on what we didn't know how it would reach a consumer. So
this whole set of documents given to the bank has been validated. We do not have an RCU team sitting here. RCU team itself is a big cost to the bank or any BFSI customer for that matter. So whatever document comes in, they're going to validate whether this document is valid or not. It's not only in terms of KYC. When you look at a MSME customer or a self-employed customer, there 100 things that you validate, and you arrive at a point saying that, sir, you're not eligible for a loan. These can be validated in 10 minutes.
Kiran, do you have any questions, like with that strong experience from Goldman Sachs and analytically thinking, do you have anything to ask?
I think my question relates a little bit more to how would you ensure that you don't have any competition coming and doing this faster and better and cheaper, maybe bigger, because finally what I understood you've done is you've put a layer on existing data sitting in government authenticated databases or data, and you're pulling data out of that, which obviously makes it very easy for the customer, but that is not necessarily from a technology perspective very difficult to replicate, because it's again all public APIs or extractions, right? More to how do you keep that differentiation and stay ahead of potential or if not existing competition? Okay,
when DigiLocker asked me, can I play your video, which is going to attract your competition to become a requester on DigiLocker? I said, technology has to be distributed. It cannot be held by me. It's not my ownership. I said, it's not about who gets access to DigiLocker, but what do you do with the document? We come from a 30 years of like banking experience. We have run lakhs of files with our own hands. It's not, we call it as, fintech is light technology, but complex processes, complex domain knowledge. So one extreme you have API providers like Signsy, Karza Technologies and all that. The other side you have Bank Bazaar and Paisa Bazaar who are aggregators. We are the technology providers for we are doing it for the banks today, but actually I say we built a technology for the borrower, the consumer. And all our life we have sold products.
We've been selling loans.
We made products and sold products, but we are not actually buying the need. No, that difference between a lender and a buyer is a trust, that identity, which is a verified financial identity. Government has helped us to make it digital, make it secure, and maybe one step forward is the blockchain that I am talking about, and we are ready. We want to release that and put it into the hands of on your mobile. You will create it, you will own it, you will share it. We are just waiting for the data privacy policies and data protection laws so that we are in line with GDPR and that. We are studying that and we want to be right there. and then go for a patent on that.
But in essence, aren't you saying that you're a documentation aggregation platform? I mean, can't this be replicated in probably a person who is willing to start a company?
Okay, I'll give you an instance without mentioning the bank name here. There is a very large, the likes of TCS, IBM and Wipro, you can imagine. This bank had given 1 year assignment to do certain thing, and they asked for extension of another 6 months. When I pitched in, they said, they made the tech company to sit there for that meeting, and they said, how many days will you go live with me? I said, 3 days, and we are live next day. We create, like somebody said, we create a layer. We don't say we disrupt. The minute you say disrupt, there are like 50 crore to 100 crores have been invested on core banking, LMS and LOS already. They don't disown it now. So we say, no, we will just put one more layer to that. We'll make that more effective. None of this technology which are 5-year or 10-year old, they don't have a digital layer, and they don't have a physical layer. We call it as, if the customer wants to enter with a paper, it's fine. We are dealing with Bharat. 95% of India is Bharat. So we want to see that, however, whichever way you went. For example, one of our customers is a microfinance company called Gramina Kuta. They had a problem. Can you verify my customer in quick time, in less than 1 minute? Few seconds. On a mobile of my agent, can you pick up his driving license, voter ID or Aadhaar? We did that. And what do you do with that? There are OCR technologies, there are RPAs, there are APIs running, whole lot of that. After taking that, we used our domain knowledge to organize and clean up the data. If there are discrepancies between the data, like documents and the data, we showed the underwriter and he can pass it or he can just decline it.
Thank you for the detailed explanation. I guess so. Fintech is a space that I'm kind of closely following, and I get the USP is they've been from this industry because a lot of players are like kind of tech background who's trying to solve. So I'm just trying to understand. You mentioned about Signsy and Karma, and they're already into video KYC now, which takes like less than 30 seconds to kind of validate versus your 10 minutes. So there's a lot of traction in the fintech space. So how are you kind of monitoring? I get the USP that you have of bringing the loan background and your financial background, but how are you kind of tackling the change in technology which is happening every month on basis?
Okay. So the ones you are mentioning are called the tools. They're technology pieces. Like 9th January, the RBI released a particular, we were waiting, we had already kept everything ready. They're pieces, they'll get commoditized. They could be sold for few paisas. And I've seen my MFI asking for 1 paisa per customer. Whereas we are able to price anywhere between 100 rupees to 1000 rupees. Like a case of Siemens is willing to give us 1000 rupees per file. And I've asked another bank to give 5000 rupees per file because the complexity. I'm taking away a creditor role actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually bringing a 10 days job of a credit manager or a credit underwriter to 10 minutes on the machine.
Are you saying will you be using these tools for the workflow management as well going forward?
Yeah, we build our own. Some of them we borrow initially, but we build our own.
Fantastic.
Like, yesterday we finished one RPA on Boomi website. We were not able to get a smooth API from the government. They're delaying. So we just went and built a bot. If you buy a bot, UiPath or Automation Anywhere, it's very expensive. We had a 2 days session. We built a bot. Yesterday evening we launched before coming here, and I sent it to Chairman of Karnataka Gramin Bank, sir.
We are associated with them, and they do a formal loans about 3 lakhs.
5 lakhs is the budget.
Yeah, budget. But then they want us to do this so that they will be able to validate the customers, because the KYCs are happening, but what happens to a formal loan is that they need to validate the document that's given by the customer in terms of the agricultural land that he's been holding. So there the APIs are not available. That's why we started working the RPA as I mentioned.
Let's see the scores. That's an 8, a 7, 7 again, and 7. Congratulations and all the best. Thank you. Generally, when we talk about humanity, humanitarian grounds, when we talk about some jobs, when we talk about dignity of labor, but there are still jobs that we do not feel very comfortable that humans do it, be it sewage cleaning, cleaning the gutter. There has been so much of ethical dilemma around this, and we have a startup who says we are going to solve this, and that is Team Drona. Please put your hands together to welcome our next team, Team Drona.
Hello all, my name is Suraj from Drona Automations. I graduated as a mechanical engineer from Reva University, Bengaluru. I'll just tell you a small story on how all this started. So in my second year of engineering, there was a Facebook post saying that a person had died cleaning the manual sewage pipes. So I thought there are technologies to go deep into space and do stuff, but there is no technology to go 10 feet below the ground and clean these sewage pipes. So from there, we worked on the prototype, and 6 months back, we incorporated the company and we are moving forward. And coming to the problem, what we are solving, we are into inspection, cleaning, and maintenance of sewer pipes, as well as manual scavenging of manholes. So you might have seen the horizontal pipes, vertical pipes, as well as the manual sewer pipes. So we are into cleaning of that. So how we are going to clean that? So we are going to use our robots. Robots for vertical sewer pipe cleaning, horizontal sewer pipe cleaning, as well as the manual sewer pipe cleaning. So we have already built and tested our manual sewer pipe cleaning in a real-time scenario, and we are in process of manufacturing the prototypes for smaller vertical pipes as well as the smaller horizontal pipes. I'll just, instead of telling you how the exact robot works, I'll just show you a small working video of it. So this is our robot control panel, and what you see here is the display system where your person can actually control the actions of the robot, and you can get to know what is the status of the robot. And we have given a push and pull capacity of 25 kgs, so it can push and pull up to 25 kgs in force. And also you can drill any type of blockages, from soft tissue papers till hollow blocks. You can change the tool, and also it can adjust itself to the size of the pipe, from any sizes of the pipe. And we have tested it in an actual working manual at different manual scenarios, and we have obtained very good results in that. So this is regarding the manual sewage pipe cleaning robot, and we have smaller versions of it where the technology is same, the core technology is same, function of deployment or the ease of deployment is different. So for the vertical pipes as well as the horizontal pipes, we'll be doing the same technology in place. And the major customers for us are the private buildings, commercial space, as well as the government. And we have certain testimonials regarding the problem as well as the solution with some of our customers. And what they tell is they are facing the exact problem of cleaning and maintaining the smaller pipes, and they need some kind of technology in place where we can do the cleaning with ease. And moving further, so what we are providing is currently the competition for what we have two major segments. One is for the manual sewer pipe cleaning and the smaller sewer pipe cleaning. So you might have heard the Kerala Bandicoot robot as well as the IIT Madras Sepoy robot. So what they do, they go into the manual, they just clean out the manual pipes, what is there. But what we do is, we go inside the horizontal pipes, we go to the full length of the pipe, we clean the blockages, as well as we clean the scalings regarding the pipe, and we get back the waste. And coming to the smaller pipes, so already we use chemical cleaning and water jetting mechanisms, but as we spoke to our customers, the cleaning doesn't happen fully. Proper cleaning doesn't happen. So where we come is we do the proper cleaning and we don't disturb their existing system, and our robot can operate in the existing system itself. And these are the main differentiation what we have with our competitors. And coming to the business model, what we are following, we are not yet finalized our business model, but we are going to provide cleaning as a service. So we are going to take around 200 buildings initially, and we are going to charge around 30,000 per month. Why 30,000? So in the sense, we are going to target the premium sectors. So they are going to shell out around 30,000 because we are not disturbing the system. And if at all they go for complete pipe replacement and everything, it costs a lot of money to them. So after we test out the market and we test the market response, we are going to finalize on our business model. Either we are going to go for a cleaning as a service, or we're going to sell the robots. We are not fixing that right now. And the current traction what we have is, so we are working with JLL groups closely to implement our product and prototype with one of their clients. And we have 2 customers who have been agreed for having a pilot with us. And also we have filed around 7 patents on the technology as well as the process. And we are in process of signing an MOU with the Karnataka government, KSCST, Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology. They are going to take care from the government end, getting work orders from the government and promotions and advertisement in the government side. So the team, we have a very good mix of mechanical engineers, electronics engineers working on the team. And we have a very good advisory team backing us, who are going to help us in scaling and productization and marketing these products in the actual market. And the current task for what we are doing is, it's around 59 lakhs. So we're going to spend our major chunk on the chunk of the money for prototyping as well as testing the infrastructure. And we are going to do rigorous testing and then put out some of the products in the customers, then test out the product, then move on further. Thank you, guys.
That was definitely a nice pitch. How did you feel?
I felt pretty good.
Good, fantastic. Let's ask what the jury members felt. Jury, over to you.
Thanks for the demo, and I really like you taking us through the video and how it's kind of working off the prototype. So two questions I have. So what is the current pricing? Like if someone wants to avail this as a service, not from you, but current alternative that is there in the market. So what is the kind of charges that they have?
So basically, the maintenance of all these buildings, they'll be charging as an AMC, guys.
Okay.
So they won't specifically go for cleaning of the sewer pipes. They'll take the AMC as an overall AMC of the building.
Okay.
So currently in market, no one does the cleaning as a individual service. So we are not sure about the current exact figures.
So I'm saying, let's say you're working with JLL and they're outsourcing the sewer cleanage, right?
Yeah.
So what is it, like it's done by BBMP or whatever the local agency, government agency is.
Yeah.
So what are they charging when they're outsourcing that particular service?
No, I'm not sure about the exact figures. I need to get back on that.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
So I'm going to piggyback on Shubho's question to understand your real competition, right?
Yeah,
Your
correct.
real competition is not other robots.
Yeah.
The real competition is robots as well as manual scavenging, as well as people who are contracting it, doing it manually as well as in a mechanical way.
Yeah.
So I just want to understand what your perspective on who the potential competitor can be. Because you need to be targeting to make this mass, you need to be targeting it to a government institution.
Correct.
And institutionalizing this through a government body.
Correct.
So that is something that you need to be basically looking at. So I want to hear from you. At the same time, I want to just make this particular comment.
So basically, we have two things. First thing is the government end and the private end. So in the government end, we are not approaching the government directly. We are tying up with KCST and they're going to take it from there. So we are going to be just a robot providers in terms of government. And coming to the private sector, so we have we are in talks with some of the customers to having a paid pilots with them. So they're going to test out the product. Then we're going to have a call on whether we go for the business, like a service business or a selling business. And also we are not going to restrict ourselves just for cleaning the sewers. So we have got many other proposals in terms of power plants, sugar industries, textile industries. So all of these industries they need some kind of automated mechanism which goes inside the pipe and clean the pipe. So we are not going to restrict ourselves.
But the challenge that you're going to face over there is that is going to be more contractual in nature, and it's going to be custom fit rather than a mass consumption kind of thing. Yeah. So the sewer dimension, the way the sewer works. Yeah. And the way the whole system works is also something that you need to think through.
Correct.
And your costing, possibly you need to add that part of R&D that needs to go in terms of different kind of sewers, different kind of how do you change your model to custom fit that particular sewer as such.
Noted. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes,
So
Kiran.
I think first of all, I think a lot of kudos to you, I guess the wider team also. Clearly for a couple of years, you all have been attacking this. The way I've heard it is that you're maybe about 80 to 90% there. There are a few problems or some sort of further innovation you need to do to your robot to take it fully commercial. But you already started a few pilots, is what I heard. So for 2 years to persevere with something like this, that picture says it all behind you. Kudos to you and your team for that. So that is my first point. The second thing I would tell you is that you spoke about 59 lakhs and some of the segments. I'm not very familiar with pipes, whether it's a sugar industry factory or a sewer itself or buildings. But in something like this, think about how deep you want to go with a particular type of pipe or sewer or sugar industry or whatever, because the scale is there. Clearly, you also articulated it that the business is out there to get. But if you try to do too many different types of pipes and too many different types of industries, you may just end up skimming the surface rather than going vertically deep and being a king of that industry. Let me just put it that way.
Yes.
I think the third thing is more a question. The previous two were statements, including the kudos. The question that I had was, what have you all thought about what sort of guarantees you're giving? Because if somebody is going to pay you for this, okay, what is the extent of the cleanage, for example? Am I telling you that you will be at 90% clean pipe? Will you be at 100? Will you be at 80? Because if it gets clogged up again and they have to go and get it done in a more traditional manner compared to the robot, you're going to start saying, I mean, the worst case would be reputational damage, or you just have to redo it at the same cost, right? That's the least case scenario. So how are you all thinking of giving sort of guarantees if you get a formal work order saying that, okay, you're going to do this and 90% of whatever is the pipe is going to get cleaned out?
Yeah. So basically, when we tested our prototype in the actual scenario, like a pipe scenario, so what we found out is it removes the scales, and it removes the scales as well as the blockages. But again, as per the usage of the pipes or the flow rate and everything, it again corrodes up and again the blockage forms. So we are like sure 80% of the, like if you do the cleaning one time, 80% of the pipe will get cleared, and the 20% remains. Why? Because the scaling, we don't remove the 100% scaling. If we try to do that, the pipe gets damaged. So we are making sure the pipe doesn't get damaged, and the flow rate or the workability of the pipe remains same. It doesn't change a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Saravana?
First and foremost, video was a great idea.
Yeah.
This is for every other startup who believed you have a great product you want to showcase, not just the PowerPoints. Please make use of videos to demonstrate. And the second good thing that you have is patent.
Yeah.
So as investors or as the investment industry, if you have patent, the valuation of your enterprise is easily a 3x or a 4x better compared to something which is not patented.
Yes.
The last point as a question / observation is, when I saw the product and your pitch, felt like an engineering third-year project kind of a thing, right? So when you showed the team, yes, you have advisors who can help in go-to-market.
Yeah.
I see that using Apple as an example, you have only Steve Wozniak's there actually. Who's the Steve Jobs in your team? Who's the co-founder who can actually get a deal signed from the government or one of those JLLs?
Yeah.
Probably it's not you. You are a techie guy. your hairstyle says so.
No, basically I was a techie guy. So I worked for all my engineering time for making the robot design and everything perfect. And as soon as I figured out I need to get into the startup world, I left all my technical things and everything. I just 4 months I spent figuring out how to pitch in front of an investor. So I'm going to be taking care of that.
Thank you. Thank you, panelists. I fail in my effort.
Yeah.
Shubham, that's 7. Dr. S, 8. A 9 there and 8. Congratulations. That's definitely a good score. All the best to you and your team.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, with another episode, I will come back with you to introduce more startups, more pitches, more ideas. This is Doordarshan Startup Junction Season 1 in association with Oxys Projects. Do not forget to send your votes to the startups that you like, because it is in the ratio of 40-30-30. 40% comes from our jury, 30% comes within the participants, that is peer rating, and 30% comes from all of your votes. So please send in your votes to our WhatsApp number 94494 76539. See you tomorrow and good night.